So, I heard you like Grove. Well, I got a Grove to work on my Grove. The sun is killing me. So how many times did I say that I need a wider angle lens? I need a wider angle lens. So I soaked the chain with PB Blaster. This is the chain I'm referring to, by the way. It allows a single hydraulic ram to extend all 3 booms simultaneously. If this chain were to bind due to lack of lubrication, it will eventually break, causing the entire boom assembly to collapse in on itself. So as you can imagine, keeping it lubricated is, well, it's important. I'm letting it soak right now. I sprayed it both fully retracted and fully extended in its current position so that the PB Blast would run down the chain and hopefully soak into the individual links. And that was after I pressure washed the boom to get rid of the old grease. I had it not quite as steep of an angle, it was actually pretty low of an angle, but because of all the crap inside the boom, I wanted it at an angle so that it would wash the crap down to the end where there's a hole. The boom lift came in handy for this one, not gonna lie. I'm gonna let the chain soak in the PB Blaster for a couple days, then I'll hit it with the proper oil. I also lubed the boom, the bottom section anyway. I was going to use the same sprayer that I used for the PB Blaster, but then I started thinking about it and I don't want to intermix those chemicals. So I used another sprayer I had to do the outside, and now I need to do the inside somehow. Fortunately, I only have to do the middle boom. There's a name for that, I forget what it is, and the bottom boom, because there's a bearing that rides on the top inside portion of that. I can't clean it, I can't do a whole lot. I don't even know how well I'm going to be able to spray it, but it needs lubricant desperately. It's a lot better. It still vibrates going in and out, especially at the final, like, when it gets out to about 50, 60 feet, it'll start shuddering a little, and it requires a bit of horsepower to move. But that could just be because of what it is. So for the PB Blaster, I used this metal garden sprayer. Now it came with its own metal wand. Unfortunately, the wand wasn't really big. So I ordered a extended wand, which is fairly long, that's supposed to go into a Champion sprayer. Unfortunately, this isn't a Champion sprayer, so I had to get rid of the handle and use the one that came with the extension. This handle being plastic means I don't know how long this is going to last. Should last long enough to get the chain oiled, then I can just replace it with that handle. For the boom, I use this little sprayer with this lubricant. Extreme Crane Lube. This stuff supposedly is good for the plastic wear pads. It goes on and then dries. It makes like a slimy texture. It makes that. You can't see that, can you? It's slimy. I was hoping this stuff would attract less dirt, which is why I got it. Otherwise, I would have just used grease. Anyway, for the bottom pads, they slide on the bottom of the boom, so that was easy to get to. Unfortunately, what I didn't realize until I looked at the service manual is that the top slides slide on the inside of the boom. So I need to spray the inside of the boom, which I can't with that little dinky sprayer. So I'm going to look for, I'm probably just going to get another one of these with another wand, or I'll just clean that wand out. Or maybe a Champion sprayer and clean that out. I don't want to use, my initial plan was to use this sprayer. I don't want to do that because I don't know what that would do to this lubricant, and this lubricant is expensive. So you may be wondering why I have the crane all the way up this time. Hope you can hear me with the wind. Jeesh, you stick a boom up in the air and the wind just starts kicking. Anyway, there's oil inside the drum, and guess where they put the ports? Right on the drum. So I had a cable up and down to undo the cable on the drum as much as possible. Not much you can see. I was using the oil sucker, but it was struggling real bad. I think I might have got a cord out of it. That was already full. So I decided to do a little something else. So I hooked up the air compressor to it with a fitting on the bottom, and now I'm blowing the oil out down a copper tube into a bucket. It is painfully slow. Milwaukee air compressor is coming in handy, not a sponsor. So I'm not against it, Milwaukee, in case you see this. So I did get a new sprayer, but after the second or third wand I bought, I couldn't get one that actually fits. So I made my own. This thread is pretty close to NPT, so I just got some copper tubing I had on hand, a nice old compression fitting with a reducer, and something similar on the other side. And this was long enough to go down go down enough of the boom that I'm pretty sure I got 80 to 90% of the bearing, weight, spots, whatever you want to call those places. I made it quite long too, so I was able to get to majority of the boom, which would have been a problem with the ones online. They were a smidge shorter. In case you're wondering, yes, it took me months to make this section of the video. Also, something leaked here and made a complete mess, so I'm going to have to clean this up because I'm pretty sure we need this cart soon. Oh, that's going to be a slimy, fun mess.